I'm 36 male. Found out my wife was cheating on me with my best friend husband. And I didn't just find out, I got proof. Instead of blowing up right away, I decided to do something a little different. Let me back up. It started with small things. My wife suddenly guarding her phone like it held government secrets, late-night girls' nights with friends she hadn't mentioned in years, and a sudden new interest in dressing up, something she hadn't done for me in a long time. I tried to ignore it at first, but then one day, I came home early. She was on the couch, giggling into the phone like a teenager with a crush. The second she saw me, she stiffened, hung up, and gave me some half-baked excuse about a friend from work. That was the moment I knew. So, I did what any sane person would do. I got proof. A friend of mine works in security. He gave me some tips, and I started checking phone records, setting up a small hidden camera in the living room, and paying closer attention. It didn't take long before I had everything I needed. Texts, calls, even footage of her sitting right there on our couch, whispering sweet nothings into the phone to him. And the best part? Her affair partner was my best friend's husband. That's when I decided, if they wanted to play games, I was going to be the one writing the rules. I planned a party. A casual backyard get-together, just some friends, drinks, and a barbecue. My wife was thrilled. She had no clue what was coming. She even helped set up the decorations, texting away, probably to him, thinking this was just another normal night. Then the guests arrived. His wife walked in, all smiles, completely unaware. And then he walked in. The second my wife saw him, her face dropped. She looked at me, at him, then at his wife. I could see the panic set in. I let them stew in their own guilt for a while, watching them fidget, avoiding eye contact. Then once everyone was comfortable, drinks in hand, I cleared my throat. Hey, everyone, can I get your attention for a second? My wife turned to me, her smile frozen in place. I pulled out my phone and hit play. Her voice filled the backyard. Soft, intimate whispers. Words she had no business saying to another man. Silence. Then, a second recording. This one, even worse. My wife's lover's wife froze. I watched the realization hit her like a freight train. My wife lunged for my phone. Turn that off, she screeched, but I stepped back. Her lover? He tried to speak. Babe, listen, this isn't what it sounds like. But his wife wasn't having it. She slapped him. Hard. You disgusting, cheating liar, she hissed. Then, she turned to my wife, eyes blazing. You were supposed to be my friend. My wife opened her mouth, but what could she possibly say? That it was a mistake? That it just happened? The proof was right there. And then came the tears. The fake, manipulative, pathetic tears. She reached for me, voice trembling. Babe, please. We can talk about this. I stepped back. Talk? Like how you've been talking to him behind my back for 6 months. Her lover's wife turned to me. How long? She asked, her voice shaking. At least 6 months. That's just what I could prove. She sucked in a breath, then turned back to her husband. We're done. Don't come home. Don't call me. Don't text me. You can go crawl into whatever hole you and your little side piece came from. My wife whimpered, looking around, realizing every single person in our backyard was watching her, judging her. But I wasn't done. I turned to her lover. And you? You might want to call a lawyer. His face twisted in confusion. What the heck are you talking about? I pulled out a folder from my back pocket and tossed it onto the patio table. See, I did my homework. Turns out, your business? Yeah, the one you've been so careful about keeping separate from your personal life. Your wife owns half of it, and she's got a solid case for taking everything. His wife's eyes widened as she grabbed the folder, flipping through the documents. Is this? A lawyer friend put it together for you. Consider it a parting gift. She looked at me, her face shifting from heartbreak to something satisfied. Then she turned to her husband. You're screwed. And that's when my wife lost it. She dropped to her knees, gripping my hands, full-on sobbing. I'll do anything. Please don't do this, she begged. We can fix this, we can. I pulled my hand away. There's nothing to fix. You broke it. She tried again. But we have a life together. A house. Memories. I laughed. Yeah? You should have thought about that before you threw it all away. Then, I turned to the crowd. Enjoy the rest of the party, folks. Drinks are still cold. And with that, I walked inside, shutting the door behind me. I could still hear my wife crying outside, knocking on the door, pleading, but I ignored her. I grabbed my packed suitcase from upstairs, walked out the front door, but didn't look back. The divorce? Quick, painful for her, satisfying for me. She tried to fight it at first, begged me to go to therapy to rebuild what we had. But I wasn't interested in fixing something she had smashed to pieces. And legally, she got nothing. My lawyer was damn good. Since I had proof she was unfaithful and had used marital funds for her affair, hotels, gifts, little romantic getaways, the judge wasn't too kind to her. I got the house, the car, everything. She got her freedom. The one thing she swore she wanted so badly. Her lover? His wife obliterated him in the divorce. Took half his business, their house, and even their dog. Last I heard, he was drowning in legal fees and living in some tiny apartment. My ex, she tried reaching out. Emails, texts, little reminders of our good times together. I never responded. Because some betrayals? They don't deserve forgiveness. So yeah, cheaters think they can have their cake and eat it too. But sometimes, that cake gets shoved right down their throats. And trust me, it tastes like regret. Like a good revenge story. Stick around, I've got plenty more where that came from.